Have you ever thought about wanting to be in the mafia? If the answer is yes, I've got an opportunity for you to do just that. My channel membership is live and you can join the comic book mafia today. There's two tiers, $2.99 where you pay tribute to the Don, and the $5.99 tier where you become part of the comic book mafia. Want to be in the mafia? Why not? Today, I'm going to give you my top 5 picks and a bonus sleeper pick if you're on a budget each week on New Comic Book Day. All that and more is coming up next. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the Small Town Collectibles YouTube channel. Before we get into talking about my top 5 picks and sleeper pick this week, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit that subscription button. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Smash that like button and hang around to the end of the video to find out what comment you need to leave to get entered into this week's giveaway. Before we jump into the top 5 picks, I do want to shout out my channel sponsor, IRF Authentics. They've got a box coming out this January. They generally put out a box quarterly and a couple of special boxes throughout the year. Every book in the box will be autographed. It's a really, really cool book. It's a great value. They're generally around $90 per box. I've linked them down below. Go check out IRF Authentics and their January mystery box. Number 5, Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots, hero of the cosmos, protector of all life, stands tall in the minds of fans around the world. Collected for the first time in this oversized edition are some of Optimus Prime's finest moments from his most beloved creators, from video game battles to the death, to claiming the Matrix, to some of his most climatic heroic stands. So number 5 on the list this week is Transformers Best of Optimus Prime number 1 from IDW with a retail price of $6.99. Now, this is as much a nostalgic pick for me as it is anything. But I do think that this is going to be a really good book to grab. I grew up in that generation when the Transformers was a cartoon and it came on TV, kind of like G.I. Joe and He-Man. So I'm really looking forward to this. And if I'm being 100% honest, I haven't read a ton of Transformers comic books. So a collection of stories about Optimus Prime I think is cool. And I'm definitely picking this one up this week. Now the reprinted stories come from Transformers number 24, 1987. Transformers number 23 in 2011, Transformers Autocracy number 9 in 2013, Optimus Prime number 25 in 2018, Transformers number 6, 2019, and Orion Pax Freefall from 2012. Number 4, 3 dead bodies lay in a rural morgue, all murdered in the span of 3 weeks. It's up to 2 detectives from opposite sides of the tracks to determine who put them there, if the murders are linked, and what, if anything, they have to do with a pair of dueling car dealerships. A dark comedy mystery thriller by Jeff McComsey and Mike Deodato Jr. that is inspired by an outlandish true crime story. The Fourth Man story will keep you guessing till the last page. So number 4 on the list this week is The Fourth Man number 1 from AWA Upshot with a retail price of $3.99. Now, this makes the list strictly on story. I believe that you could probably see a TV show out of something like this, something this crazy based on a true story. Could be a movie, could be a TV show. But I really like books that are, inspired. I like movies that are inspired by true stories. So this book is right up my alley, and that is why it made number 4 on the list this week. Number 3, the fate of all existence lies in the hands of 5 twisted minds. 5 of the world's greatest superheroes, Spider-Man, Black Bolt, Blade, Wasp, and Iron Man, took a chance and read from the cursed Darkhold. They were meant to gain the power to fight back the dread elder god Chiton, but instead they've lost their minds and all they once held dear. Was it worth the cost? And who is their bold new ally? A product of Chiton's dark dimension or something else entirely? Steve Orlando and Cian Tormey deliver a heart-pounding conclusion to the epic Darkhold event and introduce a new hero who will take the Marvel Universe by storm. So Darkhold Omega #1, the one-shot from Marvel, comes in at #3 this week. Book has a retail price of $4.99. And, as you're going through this list each week, or as I'm going through, trying to pick the books I want to pick up or recommend to you guys, kind of as a top 5, you're looking for events. And this could be an event. I'm really excited about what Marvel's doing. After reading Timeless, which kind of sets up all of 2022, I'm excited to kind of see what Marvel does here. I think the writing's been subpar really for the past year. I've been much more on the DC books, but I'm kind of hoping, based on what I'm reading, that there's some good things coming up for Marvel. So this Darkhold Omega introduces a new hero who will take the Marvel Universe by storm. That leads me to want to pick up this book and put it at #3 on the list. #2. Mojanor is on a rampage across the realms and is leaving death and destruction in its path. Thor must act fast to save his kingdom, for the deadly prophecy of the God of Hammers is about to be unleashed. So at #2 on the list this week, we've got Thor #20. Of course, that comes from Marvel with a retail price of $3.99. Now, this is part 2 of 5 of the God of Hammers story. And I mentioned, I think it was in last week, you got the cameo of the God of Hammers. Now you get the full appearance. I think this is a key book. Donny Cates is on this book. And when Donny introduces a new character like this, it generally picks up some heat. And for that very reason, Thor #20, the first appearance of the God of Hammers, makes #2 on the list this week. #1. As Carol and the other Marvels fight to save themselves and so much more from Vox Supreme's dark plans, the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy join the battle. While Vox Supreme believes he knows Carol Danvers inside and out, she has thrown him a curveball that neither of them have ever imagined. Fans old and new will lose their minds over this one. Don't miss the biggest expansion of the Captain Marvel mythos since she took the name and claimed her stars. So coming in at #1 on our list this week is Captain Marvel #35, of course, again from Marvel, at a retail price of $3.99. And this book comes in at #1 because when the synopsis reads that this is going to be the biggest change in the mythos since Carol Danvers, became Captain Marvel, you got to stand up and pay attention to that, I think. It's going to blow fans' minds. Yeah, I think you definitely, there's no other book that I could put this week if there's going to be that major of a change in the overall history of Carol Danvers and Captain Marvel. Also, apparently, there is a 1 in 200 spoiler variant, which could indicate a notable event. So you're probably going to want to be on the lookout for that one as well. And then also the synopsis for issue #37 references a new force in the universe. So I think this could be a big book. This is one, and I don't regularly read Captain Marvel, but this is one I'm definitely going to pick up just to see what it's all about and see if there's that big of a change to this character. Sleeper pick. The future. The very concept of truth has died. Politicians invent their own facts and independent newspapers no longer exist. In this world, private detectives serve as Ronins, searching out the hard truths that people are desperate to keep hidden. The best of these is Satya, known as Lady Dick, a former journalist turned gumshoe who runs every lead to the ground. But Satya has received her hardest case yet. Her old editor has been murdered. Someone wants him silenced, and the trail points towards the highest bastions of power. To find justice for her friend, she will have to put everything and everyone she knows at risk. So my sleeper pick this week is Bylines in Blood #1 from Aftershock Comics with a retail price of $4.99. Now, I think this book speaks very much to our world today, to our political climate, to how people view the mainstream media, and that really kind of struck a chord with me, in this synopsis when it talks about that. And again, this is another book with everything that's going on. You could absolutely see that being a TV show, 100%. I could see that definitely as a Netflix series, and this is a book that I'm really, really interested to read. So the sleeper pick this week, and the one I think you should be on the lookout for, is Bylines in Blood, #1 from Aftershock. So that is my top 5 picks and my sleeper pick for this new comic book day, January 5th, 2022. So the only thing left to really do here is to reveal our winner from last week's giveaway and show you the books for this week's giveaway. All right, so last week, these are the books that were put up. So you got this Saga. It's the Image First. Great story. My 10 questions this week is with Comic Man Andy, and he may have told me the best story ever about why he started reading Saga and why it is his favorite the favorite thing for him to collect. So you need to check that out. It's Thursday. 10 questions drops at 7 a.m. Then we've got Tom Holland's Fright Night. Great book. I love this 1985 movie, and I really enjoyed this read. And then the Batman One Dark Knight. Giving that book away as well. Wasn't my favorite read, but I do dig Jock. I dug the art. I dig that cover actually. So hoping that turns out to be better. But that is the books that we're giving away this week, and our winner is White Tiger Cool Calm Collected, with the comment that he gives me every single video I post, and that is Cowabunga, fam. So yeah, absolutely, congratulations. Hit me up on Instagram and my DMs, White Claw, and I'll get your shipping info and we'll get your book shipped out to you. All right, so before I show you the books I'm giving away this week, I do want to shout out my other channel sponsor, and that's That Spider-Man Booth and Street Level Hero LA. Of course, That Spider-Man Booth has the mystery boxes, the $30 shipped, or excuse me, $30. If you buy 2, you can get it free shipping. So 5 books in those, great value from those boxes, a lot of cool covers. And then Street Level Hero LA, of course, puts out a lot of dope covers. They just put out a new cover for Hulk #3, which is really cool. So go over there, check those guys out. They also have a lot of cool gear that you can pick up as well. All right, now, here are the books that we're giving away this week. First up, Rise of Dracula #1. This is, of course, the follow-up to Cult of Dracula, which I really enjoyed. Read this, really good book, and they're also making a TV show from this. So cool book to have. And then probably my favorite read of last week was Swamp Thing Green Hell #1. Absolutely love this book. I'm loving everything Swamp Thing right now. They're doing a great job over at DC writing this character right now. So in order to get entered into that giveaway, you just got to leave a comment below and tell me what your top book is this week. For New Comic Book Day, what book are you looking forward to picking up the most? All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for coming over and hanging out on the channel for just a little bit. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great New Comic Book Day, and I hope this list helps you in making your choices if you're on a budget and only can afford to pick up a few books each week. All right, guys, you know how we end these things. Until next time.